Hello and welcome back to The Goodness Margin, the place where we find margin for the good things in life. Do you ever just feel like your brain is just so overwhelmed? Maybe you even feel a brain glitch where that things are just not computing. It's just overwhelmed, overflooded with information. It's just too much. That can likely be from something called decision fatigue. Many times we make so many decisions that we are just overwhelmed with all of the decisions that we make. According to Psychology Today, the average person makes about 35,000 decisions a day. They estimate that moms make at least twice that many decisions. That's 70,000 decisions a day. It's really crazy to think of that, but we're constantly making decisions for ourselves. And as a mother, we're making decisions for all of the people around us. That can be really overwhelming. Maybe you're not a mom and you're only dealing with the 35,000 decisions a day. It's still a lot of decisions. So today I'm going to share with you some tips for overcoming decision fatigue, some ways that we can cut some of those decisions out of our life and simplify that and hopefully calm our mind just a little bit. But first, if you haven't already, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel, hit that bell, and you'll be notified when the next video goes live. So one of the decisions that I don't have to make every day, it's already made for me. I know for sure that it's going to happen. I guess technically I've made the decision ahead of time, is I'm going to have a cup of coffee as soon as I wake up every morning. And I am really particular about that coffee. Over the last year, I came in contact with the owner of Testament Coffee Roasters. Guys, this coffee is so good. They'll have the date on the bag, and it has literally been roasted within days of me purchasing the coffee and it being shipped to me. I have a code for you for 20% off. You can find that in the comments below. You definitely want to check that out. If you love good coffee at a great price, you want to check out Testament Coffee Roasters. Okay, so we're making all of these decisions. We feel overwhelmed by all of the decisions that we are making each day. What are some things that we can do to minimize those decisions? Creating a meal plan for each week is a way that I remove decisions from my day. I take the time at the end of the previous week to sit down and look at the week ahead, what's going on, what are the nights we're going to be eating dinner, and then I decide what I'm going to be cooking, what meals we're going to be preparing, what do I need to purchase from the grocery store? So when I wake up the next day, or when I'm looking at the day coming up the night before, which is the best way to do it, I am not going to be sitting there having to make another decision of what are we going to have for dinner tomorrow. All I have to do is look at the plan that I've already created. Okay, great. Tomorrow night is spaghetti. I need to take some frozen ground beef from the freezer and I need to pop it in the refrigerator so it can be thawing and ready for me to cook it after work tomorrow. By making those decisions ahead of time, it really takes hardly any more time to sit down and plan the week out than it does just to pick one meal, because we're already in the vein of doing that. Our brain has already moved in that direction. And so by creating a plan, I am saving myself during that upcoming week from those additional decisions. The second way that I help to remove decision fatigue from my life is with my wardrobe, and as a mom with my kids' wardrobe. When we go into our closet, we can be so overwhelmed. We have so many clothes. Maybe they fit, maybe they don't. Maybe they're in season, maybe they're not. If we take the time to minimize our wardrobe to the things that we want to wear, the things that fit us, and then especially with our kids, I'm going into my daughter's closet. Does this skirt have a top that goes with it, or is it just this random item that's hanging out in her closet that doesn't go with anything? If we take the time to go through their closets, to go through our closet, does this fit me? Do I want to wear this? When we walk in and the only things that are hanging there are things that we currently want to wear, we are removing that extra layer of decision from our life. If you're interested in learning more about the way that I've minimized my closet and my kids' closets, I will link those videos in the notes below. A third way that we can feel decision fatigue is with cleaning our home. We turn around and we go, oh my goodness, this needs to be cleaned again. Oh, I don't need to forget to clean the bathroom. I really need to vacuum the kids' rooms. And all of these things are going through our mind. I have created a simple cleaning routine for each and every week. I know that on this day I'm cleaning the bathrooms and on this day I'm cleaning the bedrooms. And by creating that routine, when I look at my list for the week, I can add those things in where they fit the best. I am taking that decision away. My house house is going to stay clean. I didn't say it's always going to stay tidy. That's something I have to do every single day, but it's going to be clean. I know that my bathrooms are going to be cleaned at least once a week, and I don't have to think about that anymore. I have removed that decision from my week. A fourth way that we can remove decisions is to have a home for everything that is in our home. So when I say have a home, it means there's a place. It's a place that that item belongs. When I pick this up, I don't have to think, where am I going to put this? Where does this go? I have created a place for each item to belong. I know exactly where it goes. And not only do I know where it goes, but the rest of my family can also know where this item belongs. Now, this moves us to the next point, which is minimalism. Minimalism is one of the ways I have drastically reduced the decision fatigue in my life. I don't know if you've heard of this concept, but it's the silent to-do list. And what that is all of the items that are in our home, all of that clutter is basically yelling at us, silently yelling at us, saying, take care of me, clean me up. Where do I need to belong? What are you going to do with this pile of stuff that you've been procrastinating about? And it's yelling at me. So it's that silent to-do list. I can remove that from my life with minimalism, with only owning the things that I want to own, the things that I want to take care of, the things that matter to me in my life. And then the final tip that I want to share with you is we can create a plan ahead of time. So many of these tips that I've shared with you are all about that, creating a plan ahead of time. And then I'm removing that decision down the road. I'm sitting down right now and I'm going to look at my week. I'm going to look at what's coming up. I'm maybe even going to look at my month. I have a system that I call the Ideal Week. I received it from a book that I read by Michael Hyatt. He talks about how do I want the week to go? Obviously, it's the ideal week. That means that ideally this will happen. Life happens and things have to change up. But these are the things that I know that I need to get done each and every week. And so I'm going to just check that list. I save my brain from having to remember all of those little tasks that I have to get done each week. Instead, I'm going to plan ahead. I'm going to look at these lists that I've created. And that way I save myself from having to make those decisions down the road. One thing that I realized, I love a cruise for a family vacation. It's so interesting because when we go on vacation, we're supposed to go and relax. And maybe if just my husband and I go away somewhere, I have a little bit more level of relaxing. But if I'm going away with my entire family, we're making decisions about where we're staying. And so we decide where we're going to stay. And then each day, where are we going to eat? Are we going to eat breakfast at the hotel? Are we going to go shopping? And where are the grocery stores in the area that I want to bring some breakfast stuff to the room? I'm going to look reviews up online. What's the best place to eat at? When we went on our first family cruise, I loved it so much. And I realized the reason that I loved it is because it removed so many of those vacation decisions that I had to make. This video is in no way affiliated with a cruise line. I am just letting you know that if you've never tried cruising and you feel like you suffer from decision fatigue on vacation, try it out. 24 hours a day, there's food available for your kids. The majority of the cruise lines that I've been on have free room service. You can just at any time have food delivered to your room. If my kid decides that they're hungry in between two meals, I don't have to really think about it. I can say, okay, let's go find some food. It's anywhere on the ship. The entertainment is decided for you. The ports are decided for you. I love a cruise. And the reason is because I am feeling those 70,000 decisions every day. It's heavy on my mind. And I love it when that's been taken away from me. I'd love for you to try some of these tips out and let me know in the comments below if you also feel that decision fatigue in your life on a daily basis, and which of these tips have created margin for the good things in your life.